Are we going to start seeing some massive legs or what?
She's like, come on, bring on the bloodshed.
Well, I read the book. It sounded like there was a little bit of a bloodbath.
The book and the TV show diverge, and the book, if you read it, you know there's like a massive time jump from like emergent situation to almost post-apocalyptic. Our first season is all pre-apocalypse, but
it gets pretty hairy there at the end. There's more blood coming. There's more drama coming. Yeah, it was, CBS. I keep saying this. They were super supportive of the idea of just let's go for it. Forget slow burn. Let's just burn. And so there's, again, the character stuff I think grows in a natural way, but the stuff with the animals, it's a wild ride.
Can you talk about, just piqued my interest, the final scene of the first episode with the cats in the tree? Yes. Where did you come up with that? That was creepy as hell.
That might have been your idea.
We came up with it in your kitchen. I won't take credit for it, but it was a collective idea. But
kitchen.
In his kitchen, and
now you have like behind the scenes.
But we were all fans of The Birds, the Hitchcock movie, The Birds, and it was sort of like, again, we knew that this show wouldn't succeed if it was just about animals tearing out people's throats constantly. We needed to find compelling, creepy images that could kind of get under your skin. So that was in the spirit of it. I think we have
and the cats in the tree. The image. It's funny because we felt it was really creepy, and it played on the air, and there was a lot of feedback that it was like laughably silly. And now it might.
You keep saying that nobody.
I read it.
Don't look at comment boards.
But what it really was a setup for the next beat when the cats all come down and then go back home, and it was the idea that there are these soldiers living among us. That for us was because we're animal lovers. He's a cat lover, I'm a dog lover, and our partners are equally cat and dog lover. And the idea that they're living among us, but we don't know what they're thinking. That's what's scary about animals, is like as much as they rely on us and we have this symbiotic relationship, you can't really communicate with them. My son laughs at me because we have a dog that's a year and a half, and I'll be like, go upstairs, Charlie, and he's like, the dog doesn't understand you, but they do.
You're suspicious that they do.
I know that they do.
I asked him the scene where the cat goes back home with the little girl a lot earlier than
Right.
Because I have three cats, so I was like,
To the girl, right?
so I thought that was kind of like a time survey.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, part of the fun of the show is this idea that obviously lions, out in Africa, like that's scary for one reason, but you sort of expect them to, go after people, but to kind of, create that sort of excitement in our homes and, with our house pets, that is part of the fun test, and there's more of that.
Can you guys talk about working with real, like, how much of it is real?
It's probably about 70-30 real, and what is the truth? And we've said it is when there are live animals on set, you know it. They have handlers, they are trained, but they're wild animals, and the actors have a very healthy. It's primal. You're aware that the look in their eyes is not acting. They're tense. There's an electricity. And the animals have been amazing. We use the same, in the next episode you'll see the same wolves that were in the movie The Gray, and they are gorgeous creatures, and yet they're terrifying. And it's funny because some of our actors, and it came out on the panel, James Wolk is terrified of cats. And we have this unbelievably adorable lynx baby. And it's the cutest thing you've ever seen, and he was horrified to be in the same room with him.
The biggest challenge. Well, again, we've added the characters of Jamie and Mitch. We added, so that was sort of about, again, looking at it as a series. I think part of it is, again, the book moves so fast through time. So it was about saying, how do we find that tug and pull of keeping it exciting, but also not where it's moving so fast that you're not getting to really sort of live in the excitement and the mystery of this problem that's building around the world. I think it's been finding that balance primarily, and the book was very international, hopping from country to country, which we decided we wanted to kind of honor the spirit of that. So really, not just hearing about things happening all around the world, but seeing them happen all around the world. So that meant, in Louisiana, having to double it as Africa and Paris, and we go to Brazil, we go all around the world. So it's like that was challenging.
Do you hesitate at all when you take first project? Because everybody knows that it's so hard to work with the animal, even though the animal handling is great. But so there was any hesitation at all?
There was.
She's like, basically, she'd say, "What's wrong with you guys?"
Yeah. There was a healthy fear and excitement. It's a challenge. Challenges are fun, and we've been fortunate, very incredibly lucky to have made TV shows, and this was like a challenge that we looked forward to, and it's been exactly as hard as we imagined, but it's been really fun too. Interestingly enough, so when we first started and when we knew we were going to be in New Orleans, the New Orleans Film Commission or the Wildlife Commissioning, they have a list of animals that you can use and that you can't. And over the course of our very small 4-month season, they found that we were so respectful that they actually allowed us to bring in animals that they otherwise wouldn't. So they've actually changed their laws for us. So thus far, there hasn't been any animals that we wanted to work with that we haven't been able to. Next season might be different because, and in the couple of instances that we couldn't, it's been less about, it's more about you need permits and there's time and whether or not the animal is available or born yet. In the case of, the biggest challenge was getting a leopard cub because the ones that were available to work with were too old, frankly. And it's like you don't imagine that being a problem,